Hi, Sean here. Just to be in my class with Dr. Brian doing my cardio rehabilitation, strengthening. Really good class. Just say today's subject is going to be about pensions and insurance. There's a lot of activity going on here today. It's really great, you know. The kids seem to be having a fab time. So they got their lives in front of them. They got years and years. But where we are with our cardiovascular problems, you need a review of your sort of plans, because when it happens, best to do it before it happens, I tell you the truth, is to review your pensions and your finance. Because personally, I did have a pension company once and a finance company before 2008. You know, the world changed then afterwards. But, you know, obviously I'm not qualified at the moment to give financial advice, but I am qualified to say when a cardiovascular event happens, you really need to get your ducks in a row. So, you know, that's for you, the person it's happened to, your immediate families, your brothers, your sisters, and so forth. Because you don't want to be sort of in a situation where, you know, it's happened and you haven't planned for it. Because, you know, without a plan, the plan will fail, let's be fair. So it's best to have a review regardless, really. But anyone that's had anyone that they know has had a heart event, there's family, for sure, get it sorted. Get a review going. Now, below there's going to be a link or two to you know, have a general review. And this goes for your medical insurance as well. You really need to get a review. When I was a younger guy, I had a critical care cover. You know, the kids were small, things were happening, I had a lot of outgoings. I thought, well, if anything happens to me, I need to be fully covered for this. I don't want to leave my wife looking after a guy that's paraplegic or whatever could go wrong. And the list is endless. Nothing ever happened until I was 64, you know what I mean? You know, but looking back, that was a good investment, you know what I mean? She didn't even know I did it, really, but I was comfortable with what I was covered with. You know, lucky enough, when the event happened, I was retired, you know, everything's just good to go. But a lot of you, it's going to happen, it's going to happen as an absolute shocker, and you'll kick yourself if you haven't got your ducks in a row. So please get a pension review, please get your insurances in together, and just have a general review of your sort of financial cover in case a catastrophe does happen, because it can happen at any age. It doesn't always happen to an old guy like me, but, you know, I'm still here. And I'd like to say, you know, where am I with the Google bit? Yeah, Google loves me. I was, before 2008, I was one of the earlier guys who used pay per click, and the algorithms have picked me up, really. Hi Google, hi your algorithms. Here I am back once again. Anyhow, they used to give him gifts as well when you used to advertise with them when they were at a startup company, so it's surprising. But once again, get a review, get something sorted, get your ducks in a row, because you don't want to be left up the creek, literally, without a paddle. And these guys behind me, they've all got their lives in front of them. The last thing they want to be talking about is pensions, financial planning, etc. But it's super important because, you know, you want to be one less worry when something does go wrong. And take it from me, you think you're invincible, you're not. Something's going to go wrong, so get it sorted, all right? Listen, once again, thanks for listening to me, Sean, and thanks for visiting my website, myheartpartner.com. And here I am, I'm going to say goodbye and have a great week ahead of everyone, okay? Bye.